9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Atlantis begins its penultimate journey to shore.
What a difference a new set of tools makes. It is amazing. We've got Renegade, Milwaukee, Lavor have absolutely changed everything, the way we do things.
The change has just been amazing. So the new gear that we have is completely changed everything about how I work. I have a toolbox on wheels right next to my desk. So whenever I need to do any work on avionics, I just know exactly where all the screwdrivers are, all of the drills are, and it's easy to go find what I need.
It's so exciting to have these new tools. What Renegade has brought to the party is amazing. We've got new gear from Milwaukee and Lavor. Now we have cool rooms that we can work in nice and comfortably.
So Trade Tools have generously given us such a big variety of tools that can really help in assisting us with getting our rockets built a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently.
We've gone from corded tools to cordless tools. It's such an amazing change. We don't have cables in the way, so to remove risk, we now can take tools out on site.
Just making the whole process a lot easier. I can use Renegade drill press. I'll be using the Milwaukee cordless drill, some screwdrivers, tap and die set.
In my role, as we're putting the rocket together for final assembly, we want to keep it clean and tidy and efficient so that we don't, put a bolt in the wrong place or, forget to put a screw in. So it's going to be really useful having things like the torque wrench to make sure all the bolts are done up tight, having all of the vacuum equipment to make sure that the workshop is nice and clean while we assemble the rocket together. That's going to make a huge difference for my role.
We're really excited to be able to take Trade Tools behind the scenes to show you how we build rockets. Now, we can't show you everything because there's a lot of trade secrets, but we have a lot of tools in play now that allow us to show you how you make composites, how we work on the fins and the metal work, and how the rocket motors are built. All the cool stuff that's going to see this rocket fly. So starting at the very top, we have a nose cone. Super important. You can see by the design, it's nice and sleek, which cuts through the air. Behind me, I've got the team working on making the nose cone, which will be used in the rocket that we're doing for Renegade Rocket. They've got a bunch of tools that we need to measure to make sure that it's exactly the right size, because if it's off, the rocket might have all sorts of problems. It's also important that in this room, we have the right temperature and humidity control. And that's why I've got a Lavor air conditioner, which helps with that. In the summer, it's super hot in here and it's absolutely horrible to work in, but the right equipment makes it so much easier. When the nose cone's finished, it's a fiberglass nose cone, super strong, super light, and this thing's gonna blast through the air, no problems. We're really short on bench space. So now we've got 4 Renegade Industrial benches, which makes it really easy to build the bigger rockets. In fact, right now, we're prepping up the airframe so they can get its fiberglass covering that'll protect it during flight. Got Elliot here, filing some of the parts, because some of these aluminium bulkheads are used to join sections of the airframe. And as you can see, the rocket is going to be quite tall when it's finished. We've got the Renegade Industrial drill press. This makes light work of cutting through the materials such as fiberglass and aluminium. Now we do match drilling. That means we're joining 2 different components together in a precision way. And the Renegade drill press does it perfectly. We can do a range of different sizes, range of different diameters, and having the freedom to move it up and down allows us to basically do any rocket in here. Now we've got the bulkhead machined and drilled, it's important that we get the bolts in there just right. And that's why we're going to use a Milwaukee M12 digital torque wrench. Milwaukee at the forefront of technology, just like Black Sky. So it's important that a company like us making precision aerospace equipment uses the right tools, and Milwaukee have just the tool for the job.
The Milwaukee M12 digital torque wrench is an incredibly useful and highly specific tool that we use almost weekly here. And it's very helpful because we can actually set the torque range, but then while we're dialing it in, it'll tell us what torque it's actually at.
So we finished the airframe of the Renegade rocket. You see at one end the nose cone will go on top, and at the other end up here, a motor and the fins. It's pretty exciting getting this bit done because this is one of the hardest parts of the actual manufacturing that we need to do. A whole bunch of different tools are used to produce this, and you would have seen earlier on the guys working through some of the equipment to actually make this come to life. This is obviously unpainted, so the next step is to get to the paint shop, use those compressors, and we'll get some paint and some decals on here. We use the plasma cutter to cut out the metal, which is actually going to make the fins. Now the fins are really important. That's what keeps the rocket stable during flight. Now these fins, they're going to be mounted onto the airframe. So we have the finished airframe here, and they have a special attachment that we put on. All of these holes here have been precision cut, so the measuring is super important. But this will make the rocket fly nice and straight and get us to our destination. We've got the 151 piece Renegade Industrial toolkit. This thing gets used every single day. So right now, we're assembling the actual avionics that's going inside the Renegade rocket. It's pretty exciting. This means we're getting really close to launch.
So we pretty much finished our construction of the rocket using our Renegade Industrial, Milwaukee and Lavor equipment. It's getting pretty close, I'm excited.
Absolutely. I tell you what, that equipment has made our job so much easier. So we're really excited and looking forward to showing you what this rocket's going to look like in flight.
It's going to be awesome. We'll see you guys then. Just make sure you keep an eye out for the next episode.